Hello, welcome to the Wrong Colour Blue bonus episode, the after show party for an amazing and incredible Podcastthon, this great initiative, and I'm delighted to be back with this very special bonus episode. So why the after show party? Well, because that's where you get to find out what really went on in the behind the show. And in true Scarlet fashion, we're doing the housekeeping before the party even starts. Usually it's done the morning after, clearing up all the empty plates and cups and, well, truly Scarlet style. But anyway, I want to set the stage for this bonus episode, and I'm reflecting on the journey of the Wrong Colour Blue and its future. And I want to say a shout out to Podcastthon, why I'm taking part and who I'm supporting. I'm supporting Headway, the brain injury charity. And thank you for inviting me, Jeremy and Eves, and to Anna, all part of the Podcastthon team. So what is it and why are we in it? Well, Podcastthon is a global event from March the 15th to the 21st in 2025, and this is an initiative where podcasters unite to raise awareness and funds for important causes. And I'm delighted to be able to choose Headway, a charity which supports people living with brain injuries. And I just want to share the Wrong Colour Blue's progress and a bit about why I made it into a podcast, because the Wrong Colour Blue was initially a research and development project funded by the Arts Council England. And it was a play, a one-woman show, a comedy, and I had a fabulous time creating this show, and it had a great impact on the neurodiverse community. I really wanted to do something about the narrative of neurodiversity, because my experience through accessing healthcare was there was a sort of stigma, a predisposed understanding which seemed to reflect what and how brain injury and perhaps neurodiversity was portrayed in the media. So I thought if I could change that narrative for the better, then hereby as a process there would be more optimism within the healthcare profession, because some doctors can be a real party pooper. Anyway, so the future plans. Well, before I get to those, the origins of the Wrong Colour Blue, I really wanted to focus on a comic element, and I wanted to create Scarlet, a character, and a lot of the injuries and the accident scene that I talk about in my podcast are not personal to me, but I did a lot of research. I've been to a lot of support groups and listened to many stories and how different experiences of brain injury has affected people. And I wanted to create a character who was really resonates with the younger audience, as they were who I wanted to reach, because there isn't enough education about brain injury and the circumstances where and the events that can cause brain injury in schools, in my opinion. And I think there needs to be a lot more done through the healthcare system to promote education in schools. So that was my resounding drive and passion behind this, because I myself am a brain injury survivor, and I haven't shared this in the story of the Wrong Colour Blue, but my brain injury was was caused by a accident with a horse, because I had a background with equestrian show jumping, and I had a fall and my brain hit the side of the skull and caused what they call is a brain bleed in the soft tissues of the brain. And hasn't it been a journey? I can't say that many of my experiences in the system of healthcare have found my brain injury story to be very positively received. Is often misunderstood as a mental health condition, and it's not quite the same. because of the effects on the brain. However, I did spend a few years researching neuroscience, doing mindfulness practices such as in Buddhist philosophy, and studying psychology and changing my whole state through coaching. And the journey has been a long but productive one, and I'm so glad to be happy, healthy and thriving, and here to give you this side of the story. So why did I choose to turn The Wrong Colour Blue, the play, into a podcast? Well, the idea was to attract producers, reach a wider audience and add a depth to the storytelling to hopefully bring the story, which I am looking to revise and update, into a one-woman play that will hopefully be produced within the next year, perhaps 6 months, if any producers out there like the idea and want to jump on board. Now, the role of digital storytelling does make the work a lot more accessible, and that's why it's so great to be able to provide such an entertaining show, and Scarlet is definitely one for entertainment. So why pick brain injury? Well, the reality is, in acknowledging Headway's work supporting those with brain injuries, here are some key brain injury statistics. 356,699,000 UK hospital admissions for acquired brain injury in 2019 to 2020. And there is one acquired brain injury admission every 90 seconds. Male versus female impact. Well, men are 1.5 times more likely to be admitted for a head injury, and female head injury admissions have risen by 28% since 2005 to 2006. Now, 403,000 stroke-related admissions. That means a 14% increase over the years, and that's all from Headway UK statistics. So, what is the future of The Wrong Colour Blue? Now, how this podcast has opened new doors as I have transitioned into a screen adaptation, and I've written the first episode. It's called Watermelon Pizza. It's a comedy based on the character of Scarlet and her modern life after the Wrong Colour Blue journey, reflecting back on some parts of that. And I'm looking forward to being supported somehow through fundraising to write the whole series and bring it to TVs. That would be amazing. So once again, any supporters out there who want to support me personally, as well as the incredible Podcastthon and Headway UK, please get in touch. I have a brilliant new website, www.evelynbonella.com, and you can reach me there or on all my social media handles on all social media platforms at Evelyn Bonella. And I have some other projects in the pipeline. I have a short film which I'm currently producing called The Visitant, which is a thriller, and I was delighted to be mentored by the British Film Institute to write that. And I'm just going through a final script revision. I've got some fabulous script notes, and I can't wait to just polish that and make it absolutely really exciting. And it's set in Glastonbury because I'm down here in the southwest at the moment, and I just thought, it's that iconic indie hippie town, you know, when you zoom in on the opening shot and you think this is going to be really interesting, what's going to happen to these folks here. I also have a new podcast idea which I would love to expand on, and once again I am looking for supporters, and here's why. I think that many of my mishaps, because I am the mishap maiden or maven of mishaps, my stories are adventurous. It's just natural. I don't know why. It's part of who I am. I have a taste for adventure and the excitement, and in that is a podcast idea. You know, the saying goes, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And once again, I feel that failure and taking risks and having those 999,000 failures before you create your light bulb, such as, it took to create the light bulb, that many failures. There is too much stigma around failure. Let's get the failure out the way. And I want you to talk about the most incremental failures and how people have turned them around. And I would love to interview guests on that. And if they've got a sense of humour, maybe we can give them a bit of a slow roasting, or maybe we can talk about resilience and how that is such a powerful part of the hero's journey, and that story of, one's own story and one's own fabulous journey into how they overcame the obstacles, slayed their dragons, and ran away with the prince or the princess, or however, maybe they just captured the tower. And that would be continuing the conversation on brain injury, perhaps, and storytelling. So once again, do get in touch if you feel that is something you would like to be a part of. So, as we wrap up the after show party, please do visit my website and social media, www.evelynbonella.com and @EvelynBonella on all social media handles. So let's take a finale Scarlet style toast to the journey so far, and let's embrace every moment of this fabulous life we're given, and celebrate the mishaps, the mayhem, March, and all the wonderful points in history that have led us to share our journeys together. And I want to shout out all the other amazing podcasters who are joining in this fabulous venture. Let's do our bit and raise for all these incredible causes. And I can't wait to see what's next in the world of podcasting. So please donate to Headway. You can go directly to headway.org.uk, or you can visit Podcastthon. Check out the Wrong Colour Blue, my page, and the links are all on there to Headway, to Podcastthon. I will share them in my social media handles. And please donate for such a good cause. Let's raise awareness of brain injury and create a generation who is even more aware of what and how to protect themselves and safety. And I want to give them that gift of, knowing that the inevitable doesn't have to happen. And yes, and I wish you all a fabulous day and a fabulous lifetime. Let's keep in touch. Take care. Here's Scarlet and me, Evelyn Bonella, signing off.